Hi, welcome. My name is Dale McCluskey, and on this video, I'd like to take a couple minutes to discuss the context of a dog's decision-making process as it relates to mind and body, as it relates to how the dog's mind separates, and how to get in tune with the level at which you're being objectified, because that's really important. We talk about a dog not accepting reasonable influence. Well, as the dog gains power through the relationship, and this is the thing that you'll see, is the fixation levels increase. The dog will be beside you, perhaps in the sit position, beside you on the leash, but gone in mind. You see the dog's looking, the mind separated dog's looking crazy. I mean, it's looking up, but what it's doing is it's starting to wrap its mind around different people and other dogs or animals. It's seeking out. That's why you'll even see a dog start to air scent. Okay, they'll lift their head up. They're seeking out in their mind. So their mind is seeking out. So what it's doing is jumping. Okay, so you're becoming insignificant. Okay, you're merely an anchor point within the framework or context of the relationship, and that's what starts to happen. So the dog sees you as basically a source of empowerment, as a resource for perhaps food, but beyond having anything meaningful, having the type of influence which is going to allow you for the dog to respond, to have strength to your command, and for you to be able to direct the dog's decision-making process in a meaningful way. It's going to be absent. It isn't going to be. It's not defined. It's not reconciled really at the relational level. So, but what you'll see is to get a sense of this. One of the techniques I show people to get a sense that at the level you're being objectified, or to get a clear picture of how the dog is seeking out and wrapping, is a technique I call turnaround technique. Because what starts to happen is the dog starts to gain a high level of power and starts to make connections that way with other dogs, other people, other situations, perhaps out in your neighborhood. What'll start to happen is it's kind of like I use the example of like a bathtub filling up with water, and your dog's decision-making process is starting to gain power, starting to elevate up, to hit that tipping point where the dog it'll spike. Again, mind and body are connected, so where the mind goes, the body is right there beside. It's going to follow. So as that tipping point starts to get closer, you'll see it. And if you look really closely, you'll see it. However, what will happen is the dog at a certain level will start to gain fulfillment at a certain level just from having a visual of whatever it is. Okay, and so it gets to that level. So how you can get a clear picture as to that level and a clear picture as to the level you're being objectified is to actually, as you sense the dog is looking towards something, is to turn the opposite direction, okay, with the leash, and start to direct your dog to follow you, stay within the heel position or beside you, with them directed in the opposite direction. And so when you do this technique, you're not doing it out of fear or avoidance, okay? You're doing it out of leadership and strength. But by turning around the opposite direction, you'll see a much clearer picture as to how the dog's mind is how it's wrapping, how your level you're being objectified. Because if the dog starts to turn and tries to kind of, what they're doing is bypassing you, the mind is jumping, okay, you're going to get a clear picture. You're going to say, hey, my dog is looks like I'm not even here. I mean, it's just like I don't exist. They're just trying to, and then that will allow you to start to work, okay, within the flow or framework there, within the script, okay, start to create these moments. But again, when you see those levels, but when you do the turnaround technique, again, like I told you, it's important to establish boundaries, okay, establish distance, okay, so that basically the technique how I show to use it, the best way to use it, is kind of do it in a way that just kind of opens the door of your dog's mind slightly, so as your dog just starts to wrap its mind, you're able to cut down the visuals. Okay, the dog might get a visual just for a second, and I'm turning and I'm working to bring the dog into the script, into the follower script, okay? And you'll see as these moments take hold, you'll see every time a follower moment takes hold, okay, the dog will actually be calm for a second or two, okay? And so you're creating these moments. So kinetically, everything comes together. It's smooth, fluid techniques. The other issue is you're always calm when you're doing this. You're always calm. You're assertive, but you're not angry. It's more just you're confident. And so it's always, when I do this exercise, always controlled. It's always very controlled. I'm in control. I have my leash. Kinetically, how I'm using the leash, I can displace that challenge. Okay, I can set up another moment, bring it back into the staging area. So it's always I'm so focused as if the challenge, whatever's happening, isn't even happening. Okay, because that's how it's about disciplining your mind. We're getting so focused on creating the moments I need to create because I'm already looking 3 weeks ahead and know where I'm going to be at. Okay, that's how that's how well kind of focused I am. But to know, I absolutely have confidence in what I do, in my model. So when you have that level of confidence, you're able to just to focus because you know that everything that happens leads up to where I want to go. So even when the dog is doing some challenge, even the challenge itself, whatever it is, it just, let some of the steam come out of the kettle, so to speak, because that's why you don't hold the dog tight into positions. Okay, I'll bring the dog into position so I can create a moment, but I'm letting some steam come out of the kettle. Okay, so everything is designed to do this smart. So when you do the techniques, you really got to pay attention to how I'm doing them, but it's all designed to do everything smart so no one gets bitten. Okay, change is going to happen. Okay, through the relational model, through relational influence. You're going to move the relationship from point A to point B, okay, over time. And everything's approached at the intervention level, okay? So it's very important. The focus is important. Even when you're to help stay focused, I tell people to repeat, a word over and over in their head as they're doing this. I'll say to myself, I own as they're doing it. Because really that's what ripples out. Is as I'm creating these moments, it's like it's totally changing the context of how the dog's connecting to other people. It's coming through the follower script. It's just like a ripple effect, okay? So it's coming through me. So when the head turns in, it's just like a line is coming through me. So everything's coming through you. So as the head turns in, these moments take hold. Okay, they're the building blocks to impact the dog's overall decision-making process. Okay, that's what diminishes. That's what leads to the dog to unwanted behavior diminishing. Okay, everything starts coming into that script. See, so therefore the dog's decision-making process isn't pushing beyond the boundary lines of the follower script. Okay, that's important to understand. So we're bringing it within that script. So every time a moment happens, what's happening is a second or two, moment's happening, it's taking hold for a second or two, it's releasing a little bit, or a lot of it, depending at the intervention level, then back into another moment, back into another moment. And see, over time, what happens is it starts to take hold. It starts to hold in, just like glue. It starts to stay together. And then the dog's with you, okay? So the whole point is the moments are the building blocks, okay? They bring the relational pieces together, okay? They change how you think, which changes how the dog thinks. So it's just like an echo. So how it kind of plays out. So anyway, I want to give you just a snapshot into getting in tune to how a dog's decision-making process works, understand the level at which you're being objectified, the turnaround technique. That's going to help you get a clearer picture of how the dog's wrapping its mind, the level of separation, okay, all those things. So as you turn around, so it gives you a clear picture, and then you're focused on what you need to focus on to create change is through the script itself, through these moments, okay, and to do it in a very controlled way. And you have to take into account the level of power your dog's putting out. So, your distances at first have to be maybe quite far. You have to do this technique in such a way that you just kind of open the door and you just keep closing it to these moments. And then every day, though, it's about your expectations increase. So you're getting closer and closer and closer to whatever it is. It could be another dog, and then next thing you know, your dog's touching noses with the other dog. But it's different coming through you now. Okay, you're the pivot point. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope this provides a little insight. Hope you have a great day.